Have you been pronouncing the letter S wrong your entire life in English? Let's take a closer look. Hey guys, this is Jeff with Fluent American, and today we're talking about the letter S and how often it actually is a voiced sound. That means that your throat right here needs to be vibrating when you make this sound in a lot of situations. These situations are specifically at the ends of words and is going to happen when the letter before the S is voiced. So like I said before, when a letter is voiced, that means that your throat needs to vibrate. So to give you an example, compare these two sounds. S, s. That's the traditional S sound, right? And if you put your hand on your throat, you should feel no vibration. S, s. But if you keep your hand there and you start to vibrate your throat, you'll actually feel a slight Z sound. You'll feel some movement there. Z, z. So again, just compare those two really quick. S and Z. Now in English, like I just mentioned, when the S follows a voiced sound, so that means a letter like the letter D, like D, or the letter B, like B, or the letter G, like G. When the letter S follows those letters, it's also going to become voiced. So for instance, take the word beds, beds. So it's not beds, it's beds. Or dogs, dogs. So it's not dogs, it's dogs. This can also be true when the letter S is just following a vowel sound. So for instance, a word like bays, bays, where the S is just following that A sound. Or for instance, this word, was, was. That's right, it's one of the most common words in English, and it actually is going to have a Z sound, even though the letter is S. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, in terms of comprehension, this may not be a big deal, but if your goal is to start sounding a little bit more native-like, making these S sounds into Z sounds in the right spots can really help you sound more natural. Let's take a look at some of the most common words that end with a Z sound. Was, is, because, those, hers, does, as, has, always, is, goes. Hey guys, really quick, if you're looking for daily pronunciation and practice for sounds like this, you should be in our Telegram group. You can find more information at patreon.com/fluentamerican. Let's do a quick test. I will show you a word, give you a chance to guess if it's going to be voiceless, like S, or voiced, like Z. Hides. That's going to be voiced. Hides. Bets. That's voiceless. It's just an S sound. His. That's going to be voiced with a Z sound. Mars. That's going to be voiced as well with a Z sound. Parks. That's just going to have an S sound. Lies. That's going to have a Z sound. So again, these S and Z sounds are extremely common at the ends of words. It's something that I really encourage you to start paying attention to in your own speech. With all this talk about Z sounds, you may be wondering, when does the letter S just maintain the S sound? And we talked about one of the rules. So for instance, if the S just is following a voiceless sound, like the letter T or the letter K, letters like that, what's going to happen is it will maintain that S sound. So for instance, like makes, or lists. These are some examples of words where the S will be maintained. Also, if a word has two S's, you can be sure that those S's will keep the S sound. So for instance, like boss, miss. Did any of the words here surprise you for Z sounds? Let us know in the comments.